What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm MoedotJ and we are locked in. This is episode 7 of All American Roll the Dice. Now, if you seen my What's Next video to show what we about to see tonight, then we in Vegas. We about to finally see what the hell was going down. But before we jump into that, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you want to be a part of that, hit your subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Real quick, hit the like button. That's all we want, just a little like button. But hey, it's episode 7. It's time. We've been building up and building up and building up and building up and building up to know what the hell went on in Vegas between Spence and Liv. That's what we all want to know. Now, I told y'all, Spence and Liv, they're the X factor. Now, if Spence and Liv get together, then there's no Spence and Layla. There's no Asher and Liv. This is what we need to figure out. But you know me, I'm not gonna hold you up. Let's jump into it. This is All American episode 7. Roll the dice. Yeah, Spencer, the time has come. Layla wants to know what happened in Vegas and why is everything like this. So you know we gotta have a flashback and go back to Vegas and figure out what was going on. Cause I heard and y'all heard at the campfire that somebody bought some expensive shoes out in Vegas, but I think there's a little bit more going on than some shopping on the strip, if you know what I mean. We got to take it back 2 months to see what happened in Vegas. They show up to Vegas, disclaimer, one of my favorite places to visit, but haven't been in a while because of, the pandemic. But they get there, they have a huge suite, a upstairs, a downstairs, huge windows looking out on the strip. So you know what's about to go down. The whole crew is there, except for Asher. He's in Mexico. Liv, she's either in L.A. at the moment, or she may already went to Mexico and came back. But everyone's there. We even got Jordan and Simone. Simone got the baby talking about, baby, this is Vegas. Vegas, this is baby. Jordan and them kissing. Everybody's looking like, ew. Now, I still don't feel that Jordan should be with a pregnant woman, especially if it's in his kid. Like, I'd stay away from that and in high school. But JJ, the party guy, goes upstairs, goes to change his clothes. Now, Coop's like, oh, okay. This is a nice suite for everybody, but where's ours at? And Layla says, we're not asking JP to help us, but I do have a suite for me and Spence because my dad knew how special it was. And everybody's like, oh, okay, I thought we were special too. But Layla's like, you guys are. And then we get to see JJ come on down, and he got the jacket on and everything. The blazer talking about, y'all know what time it is? It's party time. And they in Vegas, so JJ's about to wild out. JP went all out. They got the huge suite. They got their own private game room. They got their own dealer. They over at the blackjack table. It doesn't look like they playing for real money because you look at each one of their trays, they got a lot of chips. And believe me, I know Coop ain't got that kind of money because that tour, I'm sure she didn't make that kind of money. And we know Patience definitely wasn't making no money. But she's starting to say, hey, Patience, why you acting like you don't want to be here? You got a problem with JP? Just tell him you want to do your songs. And Patience is trying to explain to her, hey, JP is a businessman. You don't just tell him you want to do something. That's not how the business world works. But then she ends up winning some money, so she kind of turns that frown into a smile. Hey, when you winning money, hey, they say money doesn't buy happiness, but it fixes it temporarily. Now, this money must be fake because Coop is all around. Now, she's everywhere in the casino. She playing blackjack, losing over there. Now she over at roulette. I'm pretty sure she losing over here too. And her and Spence are over there, and they're just catching up because Spence says this is the first time we spent the whole summer apart. You know what I'm saying? And Coop saying, yeah, man, it's just crazy. It took me doing a show in Vegas to finally get you to come and see my show. And I think it's good that they finally get to separate from each other because they're going down their own paths, but they're still friends. And they start catching up. They joking. Spencer asking, are you getting close with Layla? And Coop's like, yeah, we on the road though, man, but it's a tight budget. We in vans. We not taking planes. But that's good because you got to be able to manage money when it's small, because when you get bigger, you're definitely not going to be able to take care of that kind of money. But they're both sitting here talking and they're catching up because, they good friends. They had their little disagreement, but they're trying to squash all that. And then you look up, it lands on 3 red. Coop losing money again. I told you. She tells Spence, you got to get up out of here. You bad luck. Nah, Coop, I think it's you. You ain't been winning. let's tiptoe over to Layla and Jordan. Now, Jordan has the baby bag on his arm because Simone's in the bathroom. And you know, a pregnant woman, she goes to the bathroom more because she's eating and drinking for two. Now you got that baby sitting on the bladder. It's going to be tough. I don't know why they brought her to Vegas, but they did. And Layla's joking around talking about, what is that, designer? And Jordan says, you know, I just carry the bag doing my thing. I'm comfortable with my masculinity. And then she says, it looks like you kind of love her. And Jordan's like, you know what? Tell everybody I do love her. Is that weird? And Layla's like, nah. Now, my thing is, Jordan, you guys are young. The baby isn't yours. Y'all might grow apart. Y'all don't know nothing about each other. It's just not a good move, especially if the kid ain't yours. But Layla tells him there's nothing wrong with loving somebody. And we know how Layla is. Lately, she's been kind of, every time you see her, she just creeping and looking at Spencer. So she looks over at Spencer after she says, oh, there's nothing wrong with being in love. So instead of watching from the distance, she goes over there and she's talking to Spence. And Spence, he just lost at roulette. Now he's over at the slot machine losing, talking about Vegas don't love me. But she gives him some words of encouragement and says, you got to whisper something nice to it. And Spencer says, come on, Vegas. Lose. But they start talking and she asks him, how is Liv doing? And he's like, oh, she's doing good. She's working on her podcast mainly, but she seems happy. Gentlemen, when your girl asks you about somebody else, especially another female, you just say, I don't know, because they're fishing for information to see how close you are. So just say, I don't know. I haven't spoke to her in a while. But Spencer plays it like a G. They good. They good. You know what I'm saying? So he tells her it's good to see you. They haven't seen each other while they're on the road. Coop's blowing up. JP's actually being a father to her. And then Spencer says, Liv is good, but it seems like you're good too. And now Layla's saying, you're going to do all right, Spence. You just got to bet on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Bet on the right thing. So we know what that means. Spence bet on me, but Spence is betting on Liv. Everybody's back in the room. You know, JJ's in the back pulling up because that's what we be doing. I'd be hanging with JJ. And Spence is like, JP, he hooked us up. And Jordan says, nah, JP hooked you up. I've known him all my life pretty much, and he's never looked my way. But when Layla says Spence is coming to town, he goes all out. Now, Jordan is trying to convince Spence, hey, you should make your move on Layla, which he doesn't need to make a move. They already been in a relationship. They're all here together, and they're all staying together for the most part. So, you know what I'm saying? It ain't really making no move. Just go over there and talk to her. But Jordan is pretty much trying to convince Spence, oh, you should be with her because, you know, me and Simone together. Simone comes over, they kiss, and Jordan's telling her, man, if it's up to me, we won't be seeing nobody this weekend. It'll be me and you. Well, it ain't much y'all gonna do because she's pregnant. So, but, you know, it is what it is. JJ's been pouring up, turning up by himself, and he's like, hey guys, let's go. Your dad doesn't have an itinerary for us. I'll be the captain. Let's turn up. Jordan and Simone said, nah, we good. We out. And then Spence is like, man, you know, this is the pre-party, the post-party, and the party. I'm good. Layla, nah. JJ said, all right, I'm out. Hey, JJ, I'll roll with you. But this leaves Spence and Layla together, and she's saying, hey, I'm about to go see Coop. You want to come roll with me? Spencer's, nah, you know, I'm kind of tired. I got to check in with my mom. I got to get ready for tomorrow. So he's pretty much playing Layla off. And Layla, she's extending invites because she's really interested in him. But she's starting to sense there's a little distance between her. She's been on the road. He's been back in L.A. He's been hanging with Liv. So she can kind of sense that, but she's trying to keep whatever her and Spence have together. And Spence is just playing her off and turning her down. So this leaves Layla looking silly. Well, Spence goes to his room and he doesn't call his mama. Who does he call? Miss Liv. She's laying in the bed. Hey, Spence, how's the trip? And he's like, man, it's cool. You know, I'm in the room chilling. I think I'm done for the night. And now Liv brings up Layla. You haven't been making your moves on her? You know you guys like each other. And Spencer says, I don't know, something seems off tonight. So, you know, I just came to my room and I'm going to chill. So she asks, what are you going to do during the daytime? He's like, man, I'm just going to sit in the room because Layla's going to be with Coop. And I'm just going to sit up here and watch movies. So Liv says, dang, you going to watch it without me? Spencer says, yeah, well, you should have came. You know what I'm saying? We could have watched it together. Spencer's messing up, man. Now, we know he likes Liv and he played Layla off. Now, from the male perspective, when you turn down an attractive woman, you must have something else lined up. And we know that Spence is with Liv on the phone in the room talking about, you should have been here to watch movies with me. So we already know where this is going. She's about to get up, drive from L.A. to Vegas to watch some movies and you know, the grown-up stuff. Now it's all starting to make sense. It's all starting to make sense. So Liv took a flight, came down. She's in the room. Room is tore up. It's got to be JJ. JJ must have brought some girls in last night on his own and had his own little party. But Simone comes down the stairs and she looks and sees Liv and says, what are you doing here? She's like, you know, Spencer, he convinced me to come down here. So Simone, she's looking at it like, okay, does your brother know you're here? No, he doesn't. Simone is trying to get up out of there because she sees what's going on. You two talk to each other and made plans for her to come out here. I'm going to go ahead and go. Jordan's downstairs. He has a table. And Liv says, I didn't see him down there. Simone's, we got plans that don't involve you two. So she knows what's going on between these two because you can see it's obvious. Oh my God. Liv goes right at Spencer. You got to tell me the details. What's going on between you and Layla? Spencer's, man, nothing, dog. Like, we just chilling. We're not together. But she's saying, Layla is waiting on you to make the move. We seen that last night. She's throwing it out. She's giving these invitations. But as a man, if you turn an attractive woman down that's interested in you, you have either something else on your mind or something else lined up. And she's trying to tell Spence, you got to make the move. You're the leader. AKA, you need to make a move with me. But she's saying you should get Layla a gift. You guys haven't seen each other in so long. It may seem awkward, but get her a gift. Spencer says, I lost all my money the first night I got here. But she also says, well, any gift you give her, she will like. All of this is subliminal saying, whatever I'm telling you to do to her, do for me. Oh my goodness, it's about to get deep, folks. Patience and Coop start having a heart-to-heart about what's going on. Patience, she's trying to tell Coop, I don't want to sing these songs. I like the Spice Girls, but I don't want to be a Spice Girl. I got my own style. I got my own flow that I want to do. And Coop is telling her, look, you got to talk to JP. You got to tell him. You got to bring on the songs you have and let him hear it. I was once thinking if I sign with JP, he's going to change me. But Patience came along. You told me to stick to what I am and do what I do. Now Coop is trying to tell Patience to do the same thing. And y'all know, don't nobody break these stories down like I break it down. And now Patience is starting to see, okay, you might be right. And Coop said, if you do have a problem with JP, bring me in. I'm the big dog. I can handle that situation for you. No, she can't. Real quick, man, this ain't JP. This is like PP, man. This ain't the real JP. Who is this imposter? But Layla comes in the room. She has some fruit, some fresh orange juice for her pops. She comes in and Lil Jewel's in there. And she's saying, oh, sorry, Lil Jewel, I didn't bring you down. I didn't know you was in here. Is JP messing with Lil Jewel? The world will never know. But she goes in there and JP's talking. Like, I hope everybody likes the sweet. I know, you know, Spencer likes you a lot. And she's saying, okay, it's cool. We you know what I'm saying? We kind of distant from each other, but everything's good. And she pretty much tells Lil Jewel to look out for her dad. Now, I really don't like whoever they got casted for this guy, this PP guy, because that isn't JP, man. We not falling for that. Spence and Liv, they just walking around like ain't nothing going on. We ain't got a care in the world. La, 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 la. They go into this store and it looks like an earthly place. You see they got like palm readings in the back and it's kind of that earthy, you know what I'm saying? They got chains made out of stones and stuff. Something my mom or Erykah Badu would wear. Now they go in there and they say it looks like Harry Potter and they're both, oh, you know about Harry Potter? Yeah, so they got a lot in common. But they see a chain and it has like a little crystal in it. And Spence says, you think Layla would like it? And Liv says, nah, this isn't nothing she would like. Out comes a palm reader and she says, oh, he's looking for clarity. And Spence is like, oh man, this lady's a scam. My grandma, she used to have like this little voodoo book and then she ended up putting some itching powder in my pants and that's why my butt was on fire. But these two, they getting a little too close. This is what's interesting. How close do they get? Liv convinces Spence to go back there and they should just get a reading. Just $10. Let me get a reading. Now they go back there and the lady says, someone you know is hiding something of importance. Now Spence is hearing this and he's just like me. I'm thinking this is a scam. This is Vegas. I'm not believing it. So he gets frustrated. He gets up and leaves. But once he leaves, the lady talks to Olivia and she tells Olivia before she leaves, you're not going to be able to figure out what's going on in life until you start being honest. Pretty much telling her, hey, you need to be real. Tell Spence you like him. That's what she's saying. But Liv's going to have to find out on her own because, hey, you only paid $10. We don't give you all the answers. Patience takes Coop's advice and she takes her new song over to JP and plays it. It's got like the India Irie kind of vibe, got the little guitar playing. She's singing soulfully and it sounds good. JP hears it and he's like, okay, hey, send me that. Well, what I want you to do is change the chorus. It's taking too long to get there. Speed the beat up because that's what the radio wants to hear. And I think you got something. I like what you got here. So JP, he finally hears what Patience is doing. And he's like, you know what? That might work. And Patience is, oh, thank you. But before she sends it, she needs to get with Layla and make sure that paperwork is right because we know how JP is. Liv still has the psychic on her mind. She's telling Spence, well, how does she know that somebody's in love? How does she know someone's hiding something? It might be you and Layla. And Spencer says, no, it's not us. That's just what you've been thinking about since you came here. It could be you and Asher. It could be Jordan and Simone. Then something pops up in Liv's head and she's like, oh my goodness. She sees Jordan's book bag. She goes over there, opens it up, and there's an envelope in there. They pull it out. They look at it, and guess what? Jordan and Simone show up, and it is a marriage certificate. They are planning on getting married. So that's what the psychic meant when somebody was hiding something. But I still think that they meant something. Something's being hidden between these two that you see on screen, Spence and Liv. But Jordan, don't do it. Don't do it. You're too young to be getting married to a woman that has a kid. You're going to be stuck with child support if they don't give up that baby. But we know the baby's going up for adoption, so you won't be here with child support. But boy, you throwing your life away. If you don't talk to Billy Baker, dun dun dun. Now we have our little group talk. Jordan, Simone versus Spence and Liv. And Liv, she's jumping right on Jordan. Hey, what are you doing? Too fast, too soon, too young, too dumb, too much. Don't do it. But Jordan says, hey, we're in Vegas. This is what couples do. He forged his mom's signature because he's underage. Me and Simone, we thought about everything. We're going to have Elvis marry us. That's what we do in Vegas. And Liv is saying, don't do this. I might need to call mom on this. Simone's saying, you really call your mom about this? And Jordan and Simone, they're just really trying to convince these two that they're in love. This is what they want to do. And then he starts to guilt them. Spence, man, you're my brother. Liv, you've been there since day zero. Spence, will you be my best man? Spence, he just not being the best friend. He just, okay, yeah, I'll do it. If you go to Vegas with your friends, people, don't let them just go get married at some get married quick chapel. Don't do it. It's really not worth it, people. But Liv and Spencer they got guilted into agreeing to a wedding. Tamia, aka Coop, her grades ain't up. She's still technically a junior, but she's in here looking for clothes. She got to get fly. We got a concert. I got to show out. My homies is here. Layla says, what time you want me to tell Spence to get here? I can tell him to get here early so you guys can hang out. You can show him around. And Coop's saying, look, stop beating around the bush. Spence is here because of you. Now, he didn't come all this way just to see me. He came because of you. And we all wondering why you're acting different. Why you acting shy around him. Y'all aren't being the same. Why don't y'all just get back together? And Layla, she's starting to think about it. I really don't know. She just stalling. But like Liv said, Layla is throwing out the hints to Spence. But Spence has to take the bait and approach her. And he's not doing it because he's preoccupied by Liv. Now we get to see where somebody spent a lot of money on shoes in Vegas when they were at the cabin last week. Now we get to see where it comes from. Simone and Liv, they're going sneaker shopping. Now Simone says she's a sneakerhead. She wants to get married in sneakers. But Simone is also pregnant. She don't need to be spending a lot of money on J's because she wants to get married in Jordans because she has a baby. You need to be getting prepared to be a mother. And that money needs to go somewhere else. But Liv starts asking her, did you always dream of getting married in high school, pregnant? And Simone, she gets offended by it and says, listen, you're going to stop disrespecting me and your brother's decisions. This is what he wants. This is what we want to do. And between me and you, the wedding is going on, sis. Like, dang. But Liv is doing the right thing. She's stepping up for her brother because she sees her brother is not thinking clearly. Fellas, I don't disagree with somebody getting married, but a chick that lied to you about a kid and the kid ain't yours and she's pregnant with somebody else's kid, do not marry that girl. Don't do it. Jordan and Spencer are back in the room, and Jordan's saying, hey, Spence, just be real with me. Tell me what you want to say. You don't think this wedding is going to work. You don't want me to get married. Go ahead and tell me I'm too young. Spence says, if you know all this, then why are you doing it? And then Jordan says, sometimes you just know, and none of that matters. You just know. Don't do it, Jordan. You're too young. You said it yourself. You're too young. But the two boys, they get interrupted, and you get a knock on the door, and you got two strippers that come in. They talking about, well, you paid us for the hour. Where's JJ at? No, JJ ain't here. And they say, well, we do a little more than just stripping. But hey, I mean, it is Jordan's bachelor party. Might as well indulge. It turns out the strippers, they come over and they didn't do nothing else. Spence is making a drink. Jordan's over here still talking and giving his life story about, y'all think I should get married? One of the girls, Tiffany with one F, is like, nah, they too young. Y'all shouldn't do it. And then the other girl, Coco's like, well, his dad, Laura and Billy, they knew each other, so maybe it's good that they're young. But Tiffany with one F, she makes it very, very clear. Simone lied to you. She tried to trap you in to being the baby's father, and the kid was not yours. Coco says she apologized. There's no coming back from that. You tried to set me up. No. We ain't communicating. It ain't nothing else. But Jordan's like, thank you. You know, Coco, she apologized to me. The worst bachelor party ever. Where is JJ at? Knock, knock, knock. Guess who it is? Lil Jewel. So she comes in the room. Patience still got the guitar on her. That's how hyped she was about her song playing for JP. Jewel comes in and says, I heard your song. Oh my gosh, it is amazing. Oh, so JP played it for you? Lil Jewel said, I love it. Don't change anything on it. Matter of fact, JP wants me in the studio right now. I won't let you down. What did I tell y'all? She needed to bring Layla in before she sent anything to JP, because we know how JP is. And now Lil Jewel is about to take another song from her. When will you learn? The ladies come back. The whack bachelor party is over with. And it's the same thing on both sides. Simone said we picked up some J's, and I got lectured on why we shouldn't get married. Jordan said it wasn't no different here. Now they sit down and they tell Spence and Liv, look, if you guys don't care, you guys have negative energy, you're uninvited. We're going to get married anyway. You hate to see it happen. But this is what they want to do. So, hey, let them go on and ruin their own lives. But they're too young for this wedding. They're too young to be married. They don't know each other. And Jordan, you're trying to be a father of a kid that ain't yours. You ain't even got no job. All you got is Billy and Laura's money. Spence and Liv have a little heart-to-heart outside. They start thinking maybe they were a little too hard. Spence is like his brother, Liv is his sister, and they're thinking we should go support Jordan. It's not too late. So they come to an agreement. We should be there for them for the wedding. Jordan and Simone actually have a heart-to-heart. They got their J's on, but let's do the math real quick. They won a state championship in November. They met in the spring before spring football. She's pregnant, so this is around 2 months before school started, so September, July. That's a short time to be together, but they start asking, is this really what we want? And Jordan says, I don't care what anybody else says. Simone brings up that maybe this is a rite of passage because families argue before weddings. And Jordan officially proposes to her. She says yes, and they're saying, hey, it's you and I against the world. But guess what? It ain't just them. Spence and Liv show up and they say, hey, we're here to support. We not going to, deny anything else. We here for y'all. Oh, the brother and sister showed up. Patient gets to Coop's show and she's looking around backstage and she starts to tear up because she's thinking about her song and how it went to JP. But let's break this down. Layla just got you out of contract. Well, Mo got you out of contract. So that song you sent, you didn't sell it to him or anything. You just sent it to him. Get the song back and do it. But Coop comes and she says, hey, you like all this? This is going to be my best show ever because everybody in the crowd, all my friends is going to be there. And Patience says, man, this is really dope. So she asks Patience about the song and Patience brings up, is Lil Jewel married? Because we know JP isn't married. But what I say when we was in the hotel, JP, all of his artists, remember he had Little Mama, you know what I'm saying? JP be working his magic with the women. But Patience brought that up, so maybe that's why JP keeps giving Jewel all these songs. Jordan and Simone up there, they getting ready to get married, but in the background you see Spence and Liv, and they start having flashbacks to the little ball that they were dancing when Spence got shot for. So they're realizing these two love bugs, maybe we're really in love. We've been through a lot together. I know they ain't gonna get married, but love is in there. Liv's heart starting to pound a little bit. She talking about Spence coming here was a mistake. It wasn't no mistake. You know what I'm saying, girl? I wanted you to come here. I wanted to spend this time with you. Oh, man, it's about to go down, y'all. Backstage, Coop is chilling, but Layla, she's moving and fidgeting and rearranging all of Coop's makeup stuff, but it's only like 6 items. And Coop's saying, hey, it's all right. I got this. I'll do the sound check. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Go get Spencer. Layla, maybe this isn't what he wants. Coop's saying this is what he wants. He told you this is what he wants. Go get your man. Now Layla's like, okay, I'll go get him. Little does she know, Spence will live and things is heating up. Y'all know me. Quit the talking. We into the action. Spencer actually bought the necklace for Liv. And he said the psychic was right. You know what I'm saying? He bought that for him. We getting the kissing going on. Forget the show. Forget Layla. Forget the wedding we just went to. My dog Spence got Liv. This is what y'all been waiting on. This is what happened in Vegas. Now, does it go further than that? Makes one wonder. Spence put himself out there and he told her after they kissed, I love you. And Liv is saying, whoa, we can't do this. And Spence is trying to break it down to her. This is what I want. We can't fight it. But Liv, she ain't willing. She takes the necklace and she leaves. Damn, Spence. Damn. But my dog Spence, the player, Liv leaves. She turns around and she's thinking about it. Maybe I should go back. She doesn't. She hops in a cab, but guess who shows up? Layla. And she came and got her man, and they start kissing, and you know what they about to do. They about to get it on. So Liv and Spence, nothing really happened except for kissing him saying he loves her. But hey, something went on with these two love bugs right here. And that's how we end the episode, with Spence explaining what happened in Vegas and Layla crying. Oh my goodness, Spence. What a summer. There y'all go. Episode 7, Roll the Dice. We finally figured out what happened in Vegas. Now, let me know what y'all think. I know this was longer than we expected, but let me know what y'all think about this whole situation between Spence and Liv, Spence and Layla. Comment below, let me know what you think. But hey, I'm MoedotJ. Thanks for watching. If you like the content on the channel, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. But definitely give me a like. Hey, we're going to be here for episode 8. We're going to see what's really cracking. I'm MoedotJ, and I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.